Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. Just in case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. We're doing a lower body focus practice today on our hips and hamstrings, and we're going to be seated the whole time. So find some space to move and let's get started. So let's begin today in butterfly. So if you want to bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide, just starting to get into the hips right from the start here. You can have your hands on the ground behind you, maybe on the knees or the feet in front of you, but bring some length into your spine. Close your eyes. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears, and if you do want to tip forwards, you can tip forwards. Just letting your chest come down as much as it wants to without assisting in any way. You might add a gentle sway of your shoulders too. And if you did decide to lean forwards, just come back up. We're going to take our right leg and send it out long, leaving the left leg bent, but you can move your foot towards your inner thigh. You can point your right toes up, lengthening through the spine again, maybe hands on the ground behind you, on top of the legs or in front of you, and maybe you're going to be leaning forwards, feeling your hamstring. If it feels good here, you can always add that sway of the shoulders. Trying to find that place where we're level. But you might also feel the stretch more as you sway to one side than the other. Take just another breath here, and then you can lift back up if you're folding again. And let's take our left leg out, bring the right foot to the inner thigh. Re-lengthen through your spine, press into the ground. Point those left toes up if you'd like. And then maybe you will be leaning forwards again, and maybe not. And maybe you add a gentle sway of the shoulder. Or you can be still. Feel the back of that left leg get a little bit longer. Now, if you are folding, you can start to lift back up. Let's bring our knees together for a moment. You can give them a hug or a squeeze. Now we're going to move into either double pigeon or our seated figure four. So you can lean back and bring your right foot on top of the left quad. That left leg can stay straight. It can bend. You can stay leaning back, or you can bend, tuck that left leg underneath the right one. And maybe you'll point your toes forwards, flex the feet a little bit, lengthen the spine. You might be leaning back slightly still, or sitting tall, or folding forwards. And maybe a sway of the shoulders. You did decide to lean forwards, you can lift. We can uncross the legs. Give them a little squeeze. Switching sides though, so maybe you're seated figure 4. Maybe a double pigeon. A little flex of the feet. Lengthen your spine. Maybe start to tip forward. Feeling your hips. Let's take another breath here. If you're leaning forwards, you can lift. If you're leaning back, you can lean forwards. Uncross your legs though, give your knees another squeeze. And then let's send both of our legs out long this time. You can keep a little bend through the knees if you'd like. As always, press your hands into the ground behind you, maybe pointing your toes up. Maybe starting to lean forwards a little or a lot, but feel the length through the back of your legs, your hamstrings. Take another breath or two here, and then you can let an inhale help you come on up. Maybe the knees will hug back in towards the chest again. Now I want us to try to feel our hip flexor for where we go next. 90, 90. We can bring the right leg forwards first and the left leg back behind us. So maybe we'll bring our knee in line with our hip. You can lean back a little. I find that I feel my hip flexor more the more space I bring between my front foot and my back knee. So if you can scoot your back leg a little bit backwards and then lean back a little bit too, you might be able to find the hip flexor. Maybe the entire back leg gets some love here. But you can play with that. You can adjust how much space is between the front foot and the back knee, how far you are leaning back, and if your hip flexor is feeling anything at all. But should you happen to be leaning back, maybe start to lean forwards again so you can slide your back leg all the way up. Knees together, give them a squeeze. And then we'll just switch sides. So 90-90 is a nice place to start. The left leg forwards, the right knee out to the side. Maybe leaning back a little, and then maybe scooching that back leg too, further and further from the front foot. It's kind of a combination of leaning back and that back leg being in the sweet spot. Awesome work, you guys. You can start to lean forwards again. Slide your back leg up. Give those knees another hug or squeeze. Now you can either come back to butterfly, or you can join me in a wide straddle. Now this might be hips, this might be hamstrings, it might be the inner legs a little bit more, but it's really nice. You can point your toes up. Maybe you're leaning back, maybe you're leaning forwards. Maybe you're adding in that sway of the shoulders. Stay for another breath or two. And then you can start to come back up. If you're folding, you can help your legs come back together too. Just take a moment and notice how you're feeling throughout your hips, your hamstrings, and everywhere else. You can make your way into a comfy seat. And that is it. That is all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.